A special heat coming your way now. Heat 4 features Mikey Wright, Filipe Toledo and Coffin. It looks like the wild card. Mikey Wright's going to get things started early here, tucking into the barrel. And he finds that exit, that low road exit, and then goes for a big frontside layback stall. Unsuccessful though.
Talk to me about the uniqueness of the frontside layback stall. He finds a little cover, sees the oncoming section foaming down, so it comes out and around. But this right here, the frontside layback stall, he didn't negotiate. Kind of fell off the back of the board. I'd love to see the view looking into it and see exactly what happened there. But what's happening there is all this water is moving down from these waves. So all these waves that are breaking that you see pulls up under it, just a big, massive slab of water going over him. The wave compressed him and his board, buckles the board.
But a late drop here from Coffin. Love that approach. Out onto the open face now. Does well to hang onto that frontside carb, looking for the rail throughout that turn. But what about that drop so late and regain control?
You got to deal with, oh, excuse me, let's get back to this thing right here. Under the lip takeoff, just quick cat-like to the feet coming out. Solid wave right there. I mean, so quick to his feet under the hook, and then comes out with a nice little gouge on the face. So puts up a best number of the heat so far, Coffin.
Few events of the year. Here we go. Filipe up at the moment. Deep in the barrel. He'll find his way through this one. Winds through a nice cut back there. Really just a transition turn to eye off if there's something to work with on the inside on that occasion.
But, you know, 10 minutes fly by off the clock like that. You feel like your opponents have got waves. You really want to put something on the board. He's really deep behind the curtain. Gets enough speed to kind of fly through the section. Points off the end there. Nothing massive. Don't know how well that's going to fare in. You see what he comes across. Maybe something close to Connor's wave. But this wave is just a wave of rhythm, I feel like. You really got to find yourself in the right place at the right time. And really knowing the wave. I mean, it's hard to pick the right wave.
Such a good guitarist, and he actually dropped an album earlier this year, but right now Filipe Toledo is looking to drop a big score. Throws everything at that section. We love it. Just overdoes it a little bit and goes down.
Surfing out here at Pumping Karamas, you know. Definitely smart to pick up something on the inside, gets himself a little tube time, and then kind of over pushes. But see the lump in the wall? That's what happened right there, is that lump. He rode off of it, but then came off the other side of it a little too quick. Almost came out of that turn.
We'll get back to that in a moment as Coffin looks to reclaim the lead. He's got the single highest score. He only needs a 2.16 out of this ride. Goes looking for some cover on the inside. A thick section, but he can't find the exit. And like you said, it's sometimes better not knowing what's down there, but a couple of urchins on that inside section as we see the replay of Connor's ride.
Yeah, so it doesn't really get the tube time off the takeoff that he was looking for. Does a couple setup snaps and finds a slabby little section on the inside, but just gets bucked off on the end there.
Well, here we go. A good size set wave standing up here. Mikey Wright's got priority. Doesn't need a lot, but he has to dodge a thick section there, and that wave just doesn't really eventuate into anything special down the line. So Mikey used his priority on that one. That was his chance to snag the lead.
So one of the most exciting surfers to watch in a free surf scenario, and then you combine the two and you put him out in a heat like this, he's going to be fireworks, you know, or at least he's going to try to push the envelope.
Ricardo trying to point him in a position. Mikey keeping busy without priority on the inside. Can he find his way through this one? Does well to hang on. Pushing through that curtain. Lines up the inside. Goes to the air reverse. Doesn't find that rotation above the lip. Very tricky. And he goes down. Meanwhile, out the back, Toledo's up. Not chasing a huge score to get himself into the lead. Might need something down the line here. He's going to try and stick with this one. The wave's starting to step out. Here comes that ugly, boiled up inside section. He hangs onto a floating re-entry. Up into the pocket once again. Milking this wave for all it's worth. And that might just get him out in front. 2 minutes remaining now.
I think that'll put him where he needs to be to get the advancing position, or excuse me, the winning position out of this heat. There is a little time on the clock. You saw Mikey paddling as hard as he could back to the peak. Connor's out the back by himself with 2 minutes left. There's still time, like we talked about earlier in this heat. Nobody's blown this thing wide open. So it's going to be fun to see this score come through and see what the requirements are for the other surfers. Nothing crazy on this wave, but definitely put together a string of maneuvers, a little bit of a tube time off the takeoff. So I know you saw Mikey flying through the background. It's going to be an interesting score, probably a mid-range score, so nothing crazy again. And it's going to leave the door open for both athletes out the back, Mikey and Connor, to fight their way back in. Ricardo Toledo, he's, you know, that shirt, he's got hand signals going, a staple in the competitors area.
Well, just over a minute to go, waiting on the numbers to come through. As Connor Coffin swings in the later stages of this heat, he needs this wave to go pretty high in order to reclaim that first position. So it does feel like there's going to be a change up at the top end. Solid finish on the inside.
Wow.
I think he showed enough control there to deem that last maneuver completed.
Yeah.
45 seconds to go.
Connor's wave, so this is going to be really fun. I mean, watch the rail line right here. Nice lip slam right there with this rail line car. Nice. Turn the shoulders back in. A lot of control and speed, which I like. And then the defining factor on this wave was the execution of that inside turn. And that right there, I think he's going to have a higher score than Toledo's wave. Clutch right at the end, and we talked about having just enough time for one more wave.
And the numbers in, and it's enough. Connor Coffin gets the victory. He's on to the third round.